Check, check, check. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic today. Excited to join you guys on stream. Just a reminder that everything we're about to do is for education and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds, and this is only used for demo, theoretical, and paper trading purposes only. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. You guys should be able to see my charts now if you can just confirm. That way I know everything is good on your end and on my end, and then you can hear okay as well. And then excited to just be ready for this volatility that's going to come from New York. I'm going to point, or not New York. Well, it is the New York session, but during FOMC, I'm going to talk about what price can already look like it's about to do. And the best part is, as the volatility gets injected, we will have moves that can be predicted from our system as we're getting going. Right now, we've had two really good long positions on the live stream with our members. This is the third live stream today. We've done the opening bell, and then we also did the 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time post Silver Bullet session volatility, and that helped us catch the longs. There's been a nice long on NQ, not using our mitigation entrance strategy, but you can see the boxes are doing their job. You would never short here. I'm sure many retail traders would have shorted this bottom, and then you get trapped because you're not aware of our reversal boxes. And then right when you get here, you get a bullish confirmation. That means you hit a box and then you closed bullish above it. There's your long position and it pushes up, and now you've hit weekly open. The ES did not confirm, so that's what I mean by like it did not hit our mitigation statistics for the entrance perspective, but it did flip open, and there were several members that actually took the NQ long, but we don't try to say what other people do versus what I do. But the US 30 position, we called twice live today. And what's really important as we're getting ready to get into the FOMC, I just want to show you something new that we do for our members, and hope that this can help some of you guys. You can see here, like this is US 30, and it's been perfect today. They're at the very top. You can see we never closed above the box, so there's no reason to put in a long position. And then when this bearish close happens here, you can start to expect what type of retracement you're going to feel on a position. But maybe some of you guys are not even awake during London. But either way, until this position closes above the box, then there's no reason to go long in the first place. And then right here, and this is the play we called on the opening bell of New York, we got our bearish confirmation. But this is what I want you guys to focus on how we try to separate ourselves from everybody else and set you up for success. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger, or try to here. In just 1 second. Hold on, it's down here. Give me 1 second. And this is not brand new. We've been demoing it with a bunch of our members, and hopefully can keep sharing it with you guys if you decide to join us. But there's two long positions on here, and you can see what we're able to give our members is like this is the average win. So when a confirmation happens on the US 30, the statistics we give our members, there's 104 points that go in your favor. And as you can see here, this is the short activation. And so as soon as that activation happens, you expect it to run on average 104 points. So if you ever wanted to guess anymore or take the guessing game out of your wins, we help you with what the actual amount is. And then from here, this is really important. And I think this is going to help many of you that are on prop firms. You can hear that it says average retracement is 31 ticks. So when this short activates and you're someone who is terrified, I literally mean terrified of losing and positions drawing down, retracing, pulling back against you, we actually tell our members now statistically how much retracement they would face. Some people use this as a second entrance. Some people use it as a sniper entrance. Some people just use it as a confirmation that they're in the right idea. So you can see when we got that bearish confirmation, when this retraces 20 ticks against you and you might be scared, it didn't even retrace the full amount that we expect. That means this position is very good to help and hold. And from there, it then moves 94 points straight to profit in 15 minutes in your favor. So it didn't get to the full average win. It got to 94, 10 points less, but it also didn't go the full retracement, which is even better. And then the best thing after that, what is going to happen from retail? You're going to hit this box at the bottom. You're all going to start shorting. And this is where you should be building long positions when you get a bullish close. You can see the very next candle produces the bullish long position. We talked about members getting into this idea. If they didn't get into this idea, we were on our live stream again at this time, and we said again, there's another bullish activation if you missed this one. And as you can see, the position is drawn, and look, it's the same story, but it gets better. Right here, You expect it to draw down 31 points. It drew down 37. So just slightly more than the average. But you don't get scared because you get out of the position down here. Retail traders will keep shorting the low, and that's the average drawdown. But here it gets better. You're only wanting 104 points to win this position, and guess what? It shoots all the way up to 164. And now you're waiting for a potential bearish reversal, but we're waiting for FOMC to print where that current candle is. It has to close under the box, and then that would produce a potential bearish FOMC. So I'll talk to you guys about how we get that. I'm going to check some other assets, and then we'll talk about the exact plan we have for FOMC. Right now, DXY is still confirmed bullish, but it's rejecting from its open. But until DXY gets down here, it can still hold its own and be bullish, and or get down to our weekly box and then flip and go bullish. But right now it is still confirmed bullish, but it cannot break its daily open. The euro is confirmed bearish. That means they both agree that what we want. And the euro, after hitting its take profit at open, has now headed back up to our system and cannot break through it, just like the DXY cannot break under it. So I'll be watching these two. No matter what happens, statistically speaking, if we get a bearish move on DXY, you will get a bullish move on the euro for FOMC. And we'll be watching it together. But right now, we are still confirmed bearish, still confirmed bullish on DXY and euro, but we have already hit take profit 1. Gold, True Algo members, we covered this earlier. We are still in bearish confirmations on gold right now, and we are waiting for gold to finish out its position. On silver, there has been no new additional moves within this chunk. We had a very good move on the live stream on silver right here. It fully played out live, and we were just talking to our members. If you're still in gold, you're just trying to target the rest of this box, but there's zero reason to be bullish on gold because we have confirmed bearish up here. You guys see it left side of your screen. So we're looking for gold to continue bearish. So if the euro is confirmed bearish and gold is confirmed bearish, you can see silver is rejecting quite hard using our True Algo system. We are building more and more reasons for a potential bearish FOMC. So there's just a potential for that. But right now I can't be bullish on silver, nor can I be bullish on gold. I'm looking for them to continue being bearish. Oil is confirmed bullish again. So we had really, really good moves, and it's very small on your screen, but this is the precision of True Algo. As we push down, there's no long positions. And then right here, you flip the True Algo daily and weekly system at the same exact time. And then right there's your bullish confirmation, pushes out, another bullish confirmation, pushes out, back tests the box, and gets all the way to our full take profit. And then right after that, puts in a bearish candle. And right now, we are in a new bullish confirmation by True Algo. See how this candle hits this box? Now you're waiting for a bullish candle above it, and you just got it right there. So we are confirmed bullish on oil. Oil doesn't really care about FOMC, so oil will sort of not let the candle volatility affect it very much. So again, looking for continued bearish moves on gold here for the FOMC release. Tesla is at a bearish confirmation. True Algo members, we caught Apple perfectly. Remember, we said the pullback, but there's no reason to question the bullishness on Apple, and from there, we continue to head back up through our green box. Microsoft is still not confirmed bullish. NVIDIA, after having really, really good short opportunities by True Algo, again, bearish confirmation, pushes down into a bullish confirmation, pushes up. So NVIDIA is confirmed bullish. Apple confirmed bullish. Tesla is trying to flip bearish, but it hasn't just yet. And Microsoft is confirmed bearish. What does that mean? The tech sector, the biggest movers of the stock market, they are neutral right now. As far as not all four are saying the same thing right now. Cool. And I know someone asked about the pound. I can pop the pound up for you. No worries. So as this gets to load, and I think Zahir, you were talking to me yesterday in the stream. And so let me show you again, like how to use the True Algo system and see if it works for you. You see how we open down here? A lot of people are going to be really tempted to be aggressive down here, and there's not really much to do because you're not hitting a box. Let it do its thing. As it pushes up, you see right here, that is a bullish candle confirmation above that box without hitting another box in its way. And then there's the long. And if you're like, man, why didn't I go long earlier? I missed out on this. As soon as that happens, look, it goes straight parabolic for 2 hours to scoop your points out. And then super important, when it gets to that top there on the pound, many people are going to go long because they missed all of this. They wake up in the early London session, early USA time, and boom, you smack into our weekly box and it extracts all of those people out. But here's this thing. True Algo, you don't short till it closes below the box. And from there, it continues to push up higher and higher. And we did this live today. Again, we help our members live every day. And the pound stopped to the tick at the very top of our weekly system and fully rejected from there. Cool. I'm going to still stay on the euro. The euro is more important for the FOMC that's going to release here, everybody. We did cover gold earlier. Gold is still confirmed bearish for those of you guys that are jumping in. Again, I'll draw the position so if it helps you guys. Gold has been bearish since here. We also had another bearish confirmation confluence on silver from there. And we are just fully expecting gold to finish getting to our True Algo box down this way. Again, you can see just like it produced the long up and now producing the short down as well. Oil did just put in a new high on the current candle. So yeah, I'm going to keep going back and forth between the index futures and also the Forex market because that's going to be the one that decides what FOMC does. I'll be here with you guys the entire FOMC, so no worries. The FOMC will print in 5 minutes. That last 30-second to minute before FOMC, you probably will see a little bit of irregularities or the candles will move very rapid in the last 10, 15, 30 seconds. And then from there, we'll get the massive volatility. We said that last FOMC, and last FOMC was very boring. But with the rate cut that's expected, we should see a lot of volatility as well. And right now, unless something changes drastically in the next 5 minutes, the US 30 is telling us to be bearish for FOMC. You see how it's hit the True Algo box up here and it's rejecting bearish. The NQ hasn't yet, neither has the ES. So the US 30 can be the one that's telling us to look for a potentially bearish FOMC. The same reason why gold is continuing to go lower, because gold is continuing its bearish move as well. DXY finding support currently from our True Algo box. Reminder that DXY is still confirmed bullish. It needs to close down here in order to be bearish. And then on the euro right here, you can see that it is back tested our box again and then starting to sell off the same way that the DXY simultaneously is buying up. And for any of you guys that are looking at our system and you're like, well, wait a second, you're telling me if it closes down here, you should short the DXY. Well, what about here? I would have lost. You're absolutely correct, but you don't have True Algo. If you had True Algo, you wouldn't short DXY in these two places with that bearish close. Do you want to know why? And we teach you this. Look over here. The euro did not tell you to go long on the euro. You see how it's at the top of the box, but there's no bullish close above. That's the difference with True Algo. We set you up to look at confluence between assets. 95% of people look at a single chart at a time. 95% of people lose everything within 6 to 9 months. So we teach you to not do what the 95% of people what they do. Get the release here in 2.5 minutes. After 30 minutes goes by, the Powell will come on to talk, and he's not going to say anything different that the report that all the brokers already have, that they already have in place. So what you're going to see with FOMC, retail traders, we don't move the markets. What happens is the brokers already have the data. So what you'll see with the rapid movement, they have limit orders set somewhere like this that look like that, and then they market into those orders to then reverse price. So that's what you're going to see here shortly. Retail traders don't move these chains whatsoever. It's just the brokers that run it. So we'll get to see that here shortly. That's why I say at 2:30 it means nothing when Powell talks, because the moves have already occurred. Not saying that he won't bring in extra volatility. So we'll get to see it here in a second. We are supporting monthly open on US 30 right now, True Algo members, but still confirmed bearish or about to confirm bearish on US 30. Welcome, Eagle. Hope you've been doing well. Haven't seen you for a while. DXY still holding bullish. Euro still holding bearish. So looking to get a bearish move here for the opening of FOMC. Again, there's no guarantees, but US 30 will provide a short opportunity here shortly. If you guys are on your prop firms, you're usually now inactive now for the next 2 minutes and then post 2 minutes afterwards. And then bring in the volatility here, folks. I just hope that we get some volatility. The last FOMC was quite boring. Shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't be that way this time. Less than 1 minute from the release. Everything will move the same direction, by the way, except for DXY. DXY will move the opposite direction of everything. That means gold and silver will go the same direction of index futures, everyone. And then USD, like the UCAD, the UJ, they will go the same way as DXY. The release is just about to pop. We will get a bearish confirmation here on US 30, see if that brings us into a bearish move. If not, we'll get a continued bullish move up here for the NQ. And don't be worried if you don't miss the initial volatility. There'll be plenty of moves within the next 30 minutes. And there's you see that push down straight into those market order or market into the limits like I told you guys. We're now headed up to the True Algo boxes. NQ, folks, this is where I would secure if you were in that long position that Quetz was talking about earlier. I'm going to real quick pop up to DXY. Big rejection to DXY. It's now at the weekly box, and the euro is now up to the weekly box as well. I'm going to scale out just a little tiny bit. Looking for US to see how all three move in the same direction. You're now about to hit the daily reversal box here simultaneously on all three. This is for the ES, the NQ, and US 30. We need to go a little bit higher on the NQ. The NQ did tap the monthly open. We should go, there goes. There's the next push in up. And then you're traveling upwards on US 30 into the box. Push up, push up. And then remember like how prop firm people have that like a 2 minute limitation. So they see this candle coming up, and then this could be a good place for them once that next minute expires to then to jump in, and then you can see a little bit of retracement as we travel upwards. Sorry, I got this in the way. Gold and silver are pumping as well, everybody. Got to keep zooming out. Finally get this volatility we've been waiting on. We're now at the weekly system for the ES on that single candle, weekly system for US 30. And then the NQ, folks, you are at the weekly and daily system. We are currently starting a bullish trend now on all three. But just True Algo members, don't let this volatility catch up and start jumping in. We've hit that 2 minute mark in a second when those prop firm people can jump back in and provide some liquidity. But like, look, we've now hit the weekly system on all three. The only difference is like on the NQ, it's got to the WRZ versus the actual WR box. If you see that take profit, this is where those people will jump in and then get trapped trying to catch the long into this, and they can extract them down real fast. Cool. You guys all see watching this like how we're hitting simultaneously boxes above us. You don't long a box above. That's where you look to short until price can close above this box. That's where the long happens. This is where retail gets trapped from missing the initial move. DXY is at the exact opposite area we want to see it at. The euro is as well. So we could get a really, really big reversal here on this next close in 13 minutes. We're looking at where the euro and DXY are. Gold is hit the daily box, immediate rejection. Silver hit the daily box, immediate rejection. Oil, by the way, this is why I tell you like oil is one of the best plays with the least amount of volatility. We did finish the long position on oil just now. And look at the sell-off instantaneously. Sorry for clearing my throat so much. You see how these retail traders are still getting trapped here at the top? That's what I meant about like the prop firms when you guys have that 2 minute restriction. So right at that 2 minute mark, you jump in thinking it's just going to be a little bit of retracement, and you can still push up, and you're longing into our box, and then boom, you can get extracted out real fast, especially with the heightened volatility. And your fills are going to be worse right now too. So if you don't do anything during this stream with the way you are viewing markets, then this is one of the best opportunities to like not face an immense amount of drawdown or blow your account. You don't long boxes above Just like you don't short boxes below. See the US 30 over here? You don't short a box below. You short into it, but then retail shorts the actual box, and then we push back up. We're getting an even bigger wick now forming on all three indexes. You guys see it, right? Live. Hopefully that helps you guys not get trapped up here. Please, again, we are here for just demo and paper trading purposes only, but do not get trapped like retail. Look at the wick. This is over 300 points, by the way, on the NQ. 412 points. If you, again, you can see the box as it gets hit. Again, retail will long that box. We will look to short it or expect a rejection and not get trapped. It really helps too, those of you, if you ever feel like, again, the whole point of FOMO, that move is so aggressive and you're like, man, I got to get in. That prop firm needs to let me trade. And you don't see our system. And there's nothing to the left to help you. You know what I mean? And so like you just go long, and any retracement, you still go long. And guess what? It'll just keep putting in a new low. Notice that I don't switch my time frame. This is something we teach you guys. Again, think about it. For those of you guys that are not a member, 95% of you, if you ask in chat, use the 1 minute to the 5 minute time frame. And if you ask your friends or people that trade, you know what they're going to say? The same thing. What's the statistic? 95% of people lose everything 6 to 9 months. So we teach members to get off small time frames. Henry, congrats, bud. I know, man, oil's been literally perfect today, guys. Perfect today and yesterday. We had shorts on oil. You guys see this? Just showing you the perfection on oil 2 days in a row. There was a daily box stack down here as well. And then bullish longs in the New York session yesterday. Then shorts at the end of the New York session yesterday. And then a short into a long, into another long, into another long. And right now, for any of you guys that are watching oil, you don't have to be worried about your long position anymore. You are, when you want to consider getting out of it, or as you trail your stop loss up towards the candle, when you're worried about this being done is when it then creates a bearish candle or closes below this box. But these boxes provide an immense opportunity to know where you should actually take profit or secure profit or be greedy about profit. What I mean is, like, when you get up here and you're scared you're going to leave some too much on the table and it's going to take it from you, then just put it right there. I mean, that's what the box is there to help you. But you are not bearish on oil till it closes bearish. Absolutely beautiful on US 30 with this huge wick to attract those retail traders. It'd be really sweet if we could get a bigger move downwards to get below this monthly open here. Can any of you guys tell me what the actual Fed thing was? Like, what is the basis points? What was the actual decision? 1,000 we teach members the 15-minute time frame for index futures and stocks. And then for everything else, crypto, Forex, commodities, it's a 30-minute time frame. Oh, they did go 50 basis points. Wow. That's cool, man. Hopefully they can continue doing that. That'll help a lot of people out with mortgages and things like that to start dropping it. People, you might see your home prices start dropping, though, too. Thanks, Hartwick. I appreciate it. DXY still forming into our yellow box below. I know you guys are like, man, what are all these boxes? There's just so many. This is just where the algo did this today. So like the algo is telling us, listen, man, like, look, FOMC is coming. The yellow box from the weekly standpoint should look to price should struggle to break it. But from a daily perspective, this could have held. And you can see from the daily perspective, it pushes straight through it. But the weekly system, this has been here all week, is telling us this is where I expect price to stop, and the algo will push it back up until you close a bearish candle below it. Then you can just look to go lower. You see the red box? That's the trend, and it's red to let people know it's red. Look to go lower and lower for the rest of the day if we get down there. Gold and silver still stuck at the top of our boxes. Again, it's going to extract retail up here like crazy who missed the move. We did push down further on the ES and US 30. Almost into the middle of this box. I hope that helps some of you guys. I know like people, when you guys are practicing, you see that gigantic candle and like you're frustrated because even if you marketed it in, you would have got marketed in so high and then you see it run away from you and you're like, all right, any type of pullback is going to be me going in and I can get in my position. When we from True Algo are telling you, don't long the box above. This should reverse it bearish. And if you're going to go long, Don't worry about chasing it. Go long up here. That's what you want. And then look at the candle, guys. Look, we've almost retraced the entire FOMC move, and it's only been open for 8 minutes. It's nuts, right? We're now back at that monthly open I was just asking for, True Algo members. Again, getting a close below this box would mean for the second or third time now, we've rejected the monthly open on the ES and NQ and can look for lower and lower prices. This is why we just have to wait for the candle to close. We get a close here in 6 minutes, everyone. Henry, if I were you, bud, and this is important for all of you guys, man, like if you get the wins that Henry did today on oil, and he's saying, I'm calling it a day, good night, like, man, do that. Don't sit here and, the whole point of our system is you do not have to stare at a chart all day. You can set alerts. We set alerts for you. There's so many of you guys that you have full-time jobs, you got family, you're taking care of people, and you can't stare at a chart all day. So isn't it nice when you can like have alerts that go off from you when the boxes are being touched? You don't even have to set them. We provide them in our Discord. So you don't have to force trying to find these things. We're here to help you, man. But Henry, go enjoy your day, bud. You might not even be here anymore, but go enjoy your day. Congrats on the wins. Oil's still hovering. That's what I was saying about like still staying bullish until it closes bearish. Statistically speaking, it's almost impossible for oil to close bearish because it has to close way down there. And so even if it closes down there, it's going to be so close to the next box. So you'd have to wait now till 3 p.m. Eastern time for a new position on oil. But here's the thing. Not 3 p.m. Sorry, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. No, it is 3 p.m. It just would be a bad idea because you wouldn't have enough time within the broker for it to play out. Gold and now silver getting a bigger bullish push up currently, while indexes are extracting downwards. DXY still holding its own, as is Euro. Nothing has changed on the Forex market. You're just sitting at a potential reversal point now, but it has to close below to go bullish for the Euro, or the DXY closes up higher, then it would be bearish for the Euro. And all other Forex pairs should play ball as long as it's a major pair. I wouldn't be using like the pound versus the yen or something at this point. But yeah, man, look at the indexes. I want to show you guys what it looks like on a 1 minute time frame. And so like you can see that initial wick this is like all the people who say like, oh, I just take positions on both sides. And then that initial volatility will take those positions out. And then they're gone. And now I just hope we helped you guys not get caught at the top, man. That is a nasty amount of handles on the ES. And we're below our box now. Should retrace the entirety. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so it's not in your guys' way. Sorry for the extra information. Make it small. This is our stats. I was saying this to you guys earlier for those of you who weren't here. Just tells the average stats on the moves that we have. Look at that. We are almost fully retraced that entirety of the move. Did any of you guys, like, when you saw that move push up on the index futures, like you're upset that you weren't in it and it runs off? Now as long as you didn't chase it and you listened from an educational standpoint about not longing the high into our boxes, this is where you now should feel the complete opposite of FOMO, and like you pat yourself on the back. That you're like, you know what? I'm not going to chase this. And if you just wait for the time frames that we teach our members, you look at the candle now, man. So many retail traders right now, I told you, it's that 2 minute mark for you prop firm people where you have to wait. And look, the ES and NQ just cleared the candle. And man, it feels so good to not feel the FOMO to watch that happen. And as like a veteran who's been in markets for a while, and a lot of you guys, I'm speaking to you, not myself, you all, like you want that not to happen because you guys know this is blown accounts. Look, it's red. Like that is every count on your copy trader blown. And that's what we're here to help people not make these mistakes anymore. And by the way, if the candle closes red, it will be a bearish confirmation unless it hits this box within the next 2 minutes, which I don't think so. But the ES, it's now green. It has to close bearish. So that means we'll have to wait for another 15 minutes if it doesn't close a red candle. Same thing across all index futures. Really good push up right now. Look at the Forex market, just so you guys can see it in real time. Look at DXY, finding its support within that system. I told you, like, we are not bearish until it closes below the box once you get that volatility. And look at the euro, same story. Big box, it might annoy some of you. This thing protects you, man, because every one of those retail traders are trying every chance they get to long because they think that somehow the basis point is going to cause it to be a bullish market. True Algo doesn't care that it's a news event. It's telling you this is where we should always look to reverse until you close below or until you close above over here on the euro. And look at the weekly system doing its job now. And then gold for a second time now has hit the same exact box. And then silver doing the same thing. Oil hasn't moved, by the way. It is frozen, which is expected with oil, as it does not care about that volatility. But gold and silver, every time it pushes up and attracting retail traders to continue going long, you're going to get trapped in this area, and they're going to be able to extract you out with drawdown or retracement. Here comes the next close here in a second. I don't think you're going to get a bearish confirmation on the ES. It has to close bearish, everybody. So what does that mean? Patience. You are not going to get a new idea. You got to wait. All three of them are doing the same thing too, which is something we want to see. Congrats, Hartwick. You guys see what he said? And listen, man, that's what it means to me, man. Hartwick is not one of our members, and you guys are just watching. We're really trying to here to educate and entertain. What you're seeing is what we do every single day for our members. In our Discord, we live stream every day. But man, I know what it feels like when you don't have a system or a system you can trust, and every time you get this move and you read the news and Twitter or X and it tells you we got the basis point, everyone needs to be super bullish, and there's all these restrictions or your fear to go long, so you let it go, and then once it starts to come back, that retracement's when you go long. This system and what we teach you is no. We don't long a box above unless you close above it. And look, that's why the time frames matter so much. It's a little heartbreaking because I know so many people are going to blow accounts, and you guys saw me call it with the 2-minute thing. So many prop firms, they don't let you do anything for 2 minutes. And so they missed out on it. And then you go on that 2-minute chart, then they think it's a retracement to go long. And then the True Algo system does what it does best and just shoots price straight downwards. So this is what I'll be tracking here over the next 15 minutes because there's no new idea now. Be looking for something like this simultaneously across the board if we get it. And we can pinpoint exactly where it would activate because this right here would then be the current candle would be bearish. So that's what I would be looking for over the next 15 minutes when this candle closes. And then on the flip side of that, I would be looking for this from a long perspective. You see how I'm layering them? None of them are closing. The entrance point is where the box is. It's get up here, bullish close, look for that. Bullish close, look for that. And then if we don't get that, and the current candle instead closes bearish, this is what we're looking for. And so that's what I'll be watching. Those are the two ideas and the only two ideas we can be looking for currently. And then US 30, it's the same exact story, where if you get a close above here, you're looking for something like that. And then if you get a bearish close below, you're looking for something like that. And you keep tracking through the boxes. I'm not changing the stops or anything. I'm just literally, it's a 1-to-1, just so you guys can see it just like that. 1,000 locks. You can ask some of our members. Most of them, what they do is they just use our system on TradingView, and then when they're practicing, they use MT5 just as an execution. You don't put the system on MT5. Nothing new on Forex, nothing new on gold and or silver. Again, it's a 30-minute close, so we have to wait 13 more minutes before we do anything. Crypto folks, sorry I haven't been giving you much love. I apologize, but again, just calling things for what you guys can see it. Hopefully you guys can see it doesn't matter what the asset is. The system is still the same. This is what you're tracking right now. But in order to go long on Ethereum, you need a long confirmation on Bitcoin. You expect a high volatility because of the news event. And you can see here, Bitcoin and Ethereum offered long positions as of 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They simultaneously confirmed. And at the same exact time, if you're a crypto person, Tether also provided a short opportunity, which is what you want to support the long ideas on crypto coins. If you guys check your altcoins, they probably are running up like fire too. And we use Tether to help build that confluence. Again, at 10 a.m., there is a bearish confirmation on Tether to help build these long positions for those. We're hitting the bullish long area, but it has to close. If it runs off without us, it's okay. Let it go. This is very important. You guys see how this candle's entering into what could be perceived as that long idea. If you go long now, instead of waiting for the close, look at what the previous candle did. So you don't break your rules. If this goes straight parabolic, it's okay, man. You just wait for another candle. Don't change your rules because you have fear of missing out, because that fear of missing out stopped you from blowing your account. Again, that is 45 handles on the ES alone, okay? The US 30 did not close above the box yet. None of the three did. There is no bearish candle. Again, the bearish move is this candle had to be bearish, and we did not get that on any of them. So you should be seeing some a little bit more bearish momentum now on the DXY and ES. Everything is, or the Euro, sorry. Everything's going exactly. What I mean is it's going in the directions that agree. Like DXY is going down. That means the Euro is going up. That means the pound is going up. That means the indexes should be going up. It means gold and silver should be going up. And so we want to see that because that just means all markets are in agreement. You don't want there to be conflict amongst them. See that wick forming right now on the ES and US 30. That's why I just tell you guys, like, it's time. Put time in your favor. Wait for the candle to close. Yeah, Franklin, man, that's no joke, wick. It helps to not get trapped up there. It really does. If you guys have any questions or specific assets you want me to check, and it's an asset that we cover with True Algo, I'll gladly flip to it. Just let me know. Right now, the good thing is in 10 minutes, we're going to get a close across every asset class. Oh, come on. I see you, buddy. Sorry. The UCAD should look very bearish now. And then there's no bearish confirmation from it yet. Remember we covered this earlier, and now as it's pushing down, we did get to an old weekly beacon that was just cleared. There's no new move yet right now, Akon or anyone else looking at the UCAD. You need the UCAD to close lower in 10 minutes. Then you'd have a bearish confirmation. And DXY is now trending bearish on both a day and a weekly True Algo system. So there could be massive shorts to be had on the UCAD, Akon, on the next close. The UJ, I bet you had a monster short from the weekly system. And you guys will see that. Wait for the boxes to load. So what you're doing is like, was there a... There you go. Woo! Goodbye, UJ. Bam. Ooh. So the UJ is now back to weekly open. It is in a bearish trend. You see the arrow down here on the right by True Algo. Goodbye. I'm going to get back over to the Euro. You're welcome, Akon. Thanks, Classic. I appreciate it, bud. Yeah, man, it's hard. I mean, I don't know if you guys like realize this, but what you guys are trying to do, this is everybody in this activity. You're trying to do what I believe is like the hardest thing to do in the world, because it's one of the only things that, like, when you open a position on a chart, you're instantly met with defeat or someone yelling at you that you're wrong, you're losing money, how dare you, you're bad. Everything else, like in life, you usually get a break, you know what I mean? But like with this, it's instantaneous. You hit a button and you're immediately in a loss. And so you guys see, like, I appreciate you saying that. Like, I don't feel the FOMO that other people have. We try to teach that to members because, and one of the quickest ways to like defeat that FOMO is to not change your time frame above on price. So notice the wick now forming, that like when we have that next push up, that move, I told you, look at the wick next to it. If it's pushing up and you have that FOMO to go long on any of the ES, NQ, or US 30, look at the wick now. The wick alone on the NQ is 188 points. And then on the ES, we're talking about 12 handles. And so that's what I meant by, like, as this move pushes up, just be okay waiting another candle. Retail traders won't. They're going to keep trying to think that they're going to catch it, and they're going to keep getting extracted out and blowing accounts. Don't do that. DXY has now hit the third level and then now starting to push back up. Again, don't short the box below, just like we don't long the box above. The Euro almost got to the same exact point as well. We've now hit the 80% rule, True Algo members, on gold. Silver still going up really, really strong. Oil has not budged. It's still in the same, within 5 points of the exact point when we talked earlier about when the full position was played out. Tesla trying to break out. We did put in a new high on Apple. Microsoft is trying to close bullish. Nvidia trying to close bullish. So True Algo members, this next close in 6.5 minutes, we could get all 4 of the big tech sectors closing bullish. Zahir, I don't know if anybody always wants to tell you where they live. Just be careful so that our mods don't end up muting you or booting you instead. So just be careful. You guys have any other assets that you guys want to pop up? We get, again, in 6 minutes, we get our next close, and that's what I'll be looking for. Econ, one of the coolest things about what you've been doing. Khan's one of our newer members too, guys. He hasn't been around too much, but he was very big into the UCAD, and he also dabbles on oil. And all of the True Algo members, you guys can call me out. I will not be offended because we don't lie. We don't do a disservice to our members. We've been calling for the lows on oil 2 weeks ago to bottom out right here at the 67 level. And you can see we got down to 65. And then our True Algo box was here last week. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Just give it a second. Just hang out with me real quick. It's freezing. So I'm going to go back over to here while it's waiting to load. Nothing's changed yet on the indexes. Still hovering. NQ is slightly more bullish, but again, True Algo members, just take what I'm saying. We have the potential that all 4 tech is about to close bullish, which could cause a big continuation upwards. I really would like for the ES and NQ not to pop that box on this close, but we should be able to get it on the US 30. So here, just so you guys know, it's not smoke and mirrors. Like, look, this is oil last week, and that's why you're seeing Khan posted that he had another two $2,500 plays today, basically on oil. We were calling for the bottom yesterday on oil, or last week on oil here, when many of you guys might think it's going to just keep going lower, or politicians trying to act like they run the markets when they have nothing to do with the price of oil. And now oil has gone up almost $4 a barrel. And the prettiest thing is, look at what it does. It goes right back to the opposite side of the system and then reverses bearish as expected. And then boom, from the daily system straight back up again. It's a thing of beauty. But 3.5 minutes from this close here. And just trying to, if the ES needs to stay above this box, and then we'll have a trifecta set up, True Algo members. Exactly, Hassan. Sorry, I'm a little quiet, just waiting. You guys see again, this is why time matters so much, man. See how, like, this wick, and then the retail traders are going to cycle the 1 minute, the 3 minute, and 5 minute. And look, now it's even more, again, going against them. That's why time matters so much. It's like during this 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute chunk, those different retail indicators and ideas are going to flash and repaint and keep changing. And then once the 3 minute confirms, then you got to check the 1 minute against the 5 minute. And all it does is cause major conflict in your consistency ideas. When on a 15 minute, we're sitting here telling you, we'll look at these ideas to be activated when we close above the box bullish. But here's the thing. You see how I have the shorts drawn on the screen? There's no reason to even think at all about a short right now, because the candle would have to be red in the first place. And then it has to close below this box because I don't change the rules. And that's just what we'll be watching. And then True Algo members, this is for, again, those of you guys that are not a part of our team. Right now, we can forecast that it's only going to be the NQ that confirms bullish, unless in the next 90 seconds, you can get a slightly more bullish move on the ES or US 30. Neither one of those are going to support the long idea. There's no short idea, but the NQ is going to be the only one. There it goes. Now it's a little bit of a push up. This is good. It's got to stay above this box for the next minute. Steven, this live will be on YouTube, so it'll be there for you. We can also add it to the platform if you want it on the learning platform as well to watch at a later time. Almost 1 minute left before the confirmations. Gold is trending bullish. It needs to get into this green box, and then 80% of the time we'll look to go higher and higher. Silver needs a slightly higher close as well. Oil, you have to be neutral. Like I was telling you guys, we can already forecast it. There's no short yet, even though it's rejecting from our box. We need a bearish close. Following those rules caused the short into a long, into a 2 sets of winning long positions today. So we don't change our rules because of that. Amen. But just for all of you guys, if you're on gold right now or silver, you don't want to be actively getting super bullish here. You need it to close in this green box. If it does, heck yes, you can look to be bullish. But right now, it's going to be a really good point for retail to get trapped. So just be careful getting trapped at the top. NQ, another. Ooh, good. We're about to get that bullish confirmation on all three. So I'm going to delete the short ideas out of the way, everybody, because it's not going to be short because it's not a bearish candle. Watch what I do over here on US 30. We're just about to have the close, and I'm going to use the stats. There's the bullish confirmation. So when this bullish confirmation happens, and again, totally can lose. It's not a big deal. We fully expect it to retrace up to 31 points on this US 30 idea, on average. And then I'm going to right-click this and save it as like the US. No. There we go. And then True Algo members, you see how like True Algo this week has stacked that daily, weekly right next to each other. We're getting the bullish move still playing out on ES and NQ and US 30 all simultaneously. But like we expect it to at least make us face what would feel like pain, that retracement down to this level. But we have to also be okay that the average invalidation is 88 points, but there's more than that here. So you'd have to be able to layer your positions to then go higher. But we might not get that, and instead we've only retraced 5 or 6 points, and then it just goes straight up to our take profit. This is the average win right here for the US 30 long that we're currently in. And then again, everybody else, I'm just going to move the positions over because, again, bullish confirmations across all three. True Algo members, we expect 4 to 5 handles of retracement on the ES, so right to that point right there. And then NQ folks, up to 110 points for you all is what an average retracement feels like, and then to still play out the position. So just keep watching that as we go. There is no bearish confirmation yet on the euro. There's no bullish confirmation yet continuing either. So you see how like where we're at the box and it's just continuation. There's no close below, so there's nothing to do. You have to wait another candle. Same thing on euro. I'll see if if the pound is activated for you guys. So as we're waiting for this box to load, is this a bullish confirmation above a box? And it is. So True Algo members or any of you guys watching, the pound is confirmed bullish above. The green box is different because this is our trending box by True Algo. So once you have a candle close inside of the green system, 80% of the time you are looking for continuation up further and further and further, and DXY is currently supporting that idea. So keep your eyes on the pound for continued longs. I don't think the UCAD put in a bearish close, but we'll check it here. I don't know if this was low enough, that's why. So I would just stick to the pound. Yeah, there's no reason to look at the UCAD right now. We know that the UJ started a bearish trend as well. So seeing right here, if this close is below a box, then that is a new bearish confirmation to then push lower if you missed the initial move. Yeah, so look, the UJ here, I'll put them next side by side. Look at the UJ and look at the pound. So look, and that, by the way, we did just put in a new high on the pound. So look, you see how they're the opposite of each other? This one's in the red box. 80% of the time you now expect lower. The pound is on the left side. I just showed you guys. 80% it'll go higher. There's another new high. And you just follow it. And then as you're trailing your stop, you can move your stop from the start of the green box, this line, the 50% line of the current candle. You're just following the trend. You don't fight this. And again, new highs both on those. See if the index is. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, you guys don't understand. This is hard to do live. Everybody saw the FOMO, right? Look at the positions on your screen. You see it? Look at US 30. Look at the aggression. We expected 31 points of retracement. You got 9. and it's straight parabolic. It's almost at the average win of 104 points. The NQ, we expected up to 110 points of retracement. You got 31. And now it's up 47 handles in your favor. Look at the drawdown. This is what we're trying to teach here. Who cares about the FOMC candle and then the next FOMO candle to extract retail? Guys, this is the difference with True Algo. I told you to just wait for us for 45 minutes. And if you waited 45 minutes, you faced less than 2 handles of drawdown on the ES, 8 handles on the NQ, and it's up 180 points now. And look at the US 30, 9 points against you. That's it. Focus on the drawdown, not the win. Everybody talks about the wins. We predict the amount of drawdown and how all 3 plays go exactly as designed. But I guarantee you there are people in this chat that are not a member, and all you do is feel doubts that when you saw that candle open and start to go red, that's where you get fearful. We train our members to use these stats, so when you see that retracement against you, you do not get fearful. But that's how you use True Algo. No BS, no hindsight, no hope. Hope is not a strategy. You saw no position was taken for the FOMC release. The next candle, which I'm trying to remember his name, Classic said, thank you for what we do as far as the discipline of not breaking our rules. And when you don't break your rules, look at the play. You face almost no drawdown. This is not guaranteed, but this is what we call creating an edge. Woo! Let's go. And by the way, look at the pound. This is 3 for 3 on indexes, and now 4 for 4 on the pound, 5 for 5 on the UJ. They just both are putting in a new high and a new low in front of you. Gold and silver, unfortunately, there's not a new position. You have to wait. I'm not going to break my rule on gold and silver just because I'm 5 for 5 on these. Does that make sense? Because if I break my rule on gold and silver, well, why didn't I just break my rules on this? That's the whole point. True Algo members, look at the sell-off now. Man, that's why you got to be aggressive about True Algo. Like, look, you see the sell-off now? Look. This is the point of the system. You see the sell-off, right? You don't hold it forever. The US 30 missed the average win by 8 points. But are you not going to secure profit? That's why I told you, slide your stop loss up, protect your position, take profit. All 3 of them right now are hitting a take profit box at the same time. That's the best part of the system. You don't hold for hopes and dreams. That's the average win. We missed the average win by less than 8 points. But nobody should not take profit on an idea when you practice, when something runs 94 points straight vertical in your favor after facing the retracement that you expect. Let's go. Ooh. Lots of good bearish movement right now, True Algo members. Look, everything is like hitting a box above and rejecting currently. I need to get over to DXY because DXY might be forming a bottom off that the weekly box WS3 right here. We're at the weekly open too on the UJ. See if the euro is coming back and rejecting from the R3. Yep, they both are. Whoop. We might get a pretty nasty message right now from Powell, who's talking. So keep your eyes on it. I want to make sure when I delete these positions on screen, people are not like, oh, see, he's hiding. Like, I don't know. I don't ever know where your guys' brains are at. I know a lot of you have faced so many negatives, but don't tell me that we didn't hit our box using the same strategy I showed you, and it's 11 handle win on the ES, which, by the way, is the average win is 55 points. The NQ, it went 221 points or 47 handles in your favor. And then we already covered the US 30. I'm just getting them out of the way so you can see the boxes because that is on there. Now listen, I want to be abundantly clear. Everyone listen to me, especially if you're not a member. When you see the boxes reject price live, your next response is, do I short? And hopefully you're learning. The answer is very easy. These shorts only will occur when you close below the box. It can't just be a red candle. Just like over here. Like that was a bullish candle and look where it closed. You know what I mean? You have to follow rules. So this red candle can't hit both sides of this box. Now we're neutral because you're waiting for the next candle to be bullish above or red below, and then you follow your rules. But don't sit here now at this point and be like, okay, do I short now? Yes, the boxes are doing their job, but we wait for the candle to close before we make an action. So they all three are still bullish. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Euro, come on, man. There it goes. Man, gold is wrecking hearts right here. Again, 80% of the time, guys, if you were following, you cannot close inside that green box. And when you do, it's long city, and now it's getting shot down in a heartbeat. Crypto does not care right now. We did a full 180 on crypto on ETH, and then Bitcoin missed the full 180 by what looks like less than $7 to $8, which is huge on an asset that's worth 61K. Tether did a 180, well, almost again, saying it looks identical to Bitcoin. Tesla is trending into the 80% level. Microsoft is the only thing slowing everything down, everybody. Nvidia also hit take profit. By the way, look, again, bullish close, retracement, full position hit on your options contracts. Beautiful. You guys might want to write this level down. If Microsoft can close above 435.35, that could send the markets up much higher. But Microsoft is stopping the markets right now. I just realized I have TSM up. Oh, no, it's just, never mind. It was showing the wrong thing. No, that is over here. Sorry, making sure my brain is working. I don't understand why that was showing like that. There we go. Nice bearish move. So we've already got a long on stream. We might get a short too. Just make sure you guys are all keeping your eye on the clock, especially if you're on a prop firm. You're not going to have as much time as you think for the positions to play out. But like going into the next set of candles that close, this is that same thing we were looking at earlier, and then obviously shrink the stop down because it wouldn't be that big. US 30, you're not really going to get a short from here. You'd have to close under the box. If you're a True Algo member trying to like, as you guys see what Quetz does with his sniper entries, this is just one of those ones that like, if you see it hit the box and all three reject under it simultaneously and you want to jump in on that, that's sure. Just don't put your stops at the high of a box. Put your stop at the high of the candle. And then the next set of shorts will be where these bearish positions, these short positions are put on. US 30's got to be way lower though, way down here. We're also, again, True Algo members rejecting from that monthly open on the NQ. Whoever is controlling the NQ right now does not want to close above it. So 19,831. If we get a 4-hour close above that, we should see new all-time highs potentially on the NQ, or a new monthly high at least. Cool. Yeah, Zip, that's gnarly, man. That's again, man, those prop firms, like not trying to bag on any of them, but a 43-second lag time when you're actively in the markets is, man, especially during volatility like this. So as you guys practice and get educated and try to extract as much as possible and then put it into a real broker to practice on where you don't have to face issues like that, hopefully. But they'll all face issues no matter what. Gold is plummeting. Silver is plummeting. We might get a bearish close here. Confirmation for silver and gold. It would look something like this. Again, I'm not fixing all the positions to what they would be like. There's a gap that needs to be filled from the FOMC candle. Oil will put in a bearish confirmation if it stays the direction that it is. And then you would simply be looking to just target this next box here. True Algo members will have the stats for you this weekend to start applying the advantage on oil. And then I'm giving you guys the stats for the Nikkei tonight. So any of you guys, if you want to be on the Nikkei, which is very, very volatile over the Asia session, you'll be able to take advantage of it. You can see here, like, price is trapped in between these boxes. And then right here was the first clear close on the Nikkei. And then it pushes down. So if you want to take advantage of the Nikkei, we'll be providing stats. We already provide the strategy. We're just providing the retracement stats so you know how far a position can run against you. True Algo members, we're going to get what looks like in 2 minutes a simultaneous confirmation on all three. But one thing that I'm aware of, True Algo members, is like the NQ is very close to its stop out point. So this could be one of those ones that does something like this. So well, at least now it's pushing down further. So I'll adjust as this gets moving. close in less than 2 minutes. It might keep pushing down. And then we'll be looking for like that 4 to 5 handle push against you, wherever this ends up being. And then if you guys are okay, I'll still stay on for this next 2 minutes. And then if any other questions or anything, just let me know. And then I probably will stay on just for the next 30-minute close, which is in 15 minutes. And then I'll be out. And I hope I was helpful for you guys today. The biggest thing that for some of you guys that are not used to our system, and especially True Algo members that are newer, like, don't ever let that FOMO kick in, man. That's how they take you out. If the only thing you got when you're practicing is that one little bullish confirmation that we extracted live, that's it. And you don't have to worry about all the rest of it. And just be as consistent as possible every single day and keep replicating your strategy. Less than 1 minute before this close happens, notate out the positions. And again, we've already had a win. This one could be a loss. Everything is a numbers game. You can't forget that, guys. There is no 100% win rate. Currently, there is a 72% win rate using the data that we have that's supplied with the US 30s longs and short ideas. Again, from a demo and paper trade purpose only. There's that bearish close. So like positional ideas like this, we fully expect it to run up to 5 handles against us and to then push up to 15 to 16 handles in our favor. So about right here, that's 14. That's fine right there. That's what we would be looking at. And then just, again, be cautious, True Algo members, that like the NQ is so close to that box that mitigation is just such a high probability. And it could still do this and still operate down just because it's so close to its stop out point. So just something to be aware of. It's 110 points on NQ. So NQ, we could look for something like that to push back before pushing down. Really quick, I'm going to check the Forex side. Ooh, DXY is looking good, man. Looking good. Holding the 80% rule and then also holding WS3. This is the pound. I don't care about that as much as the euro. The euro is the one that's the helpful tool for deciding what the macro Forex markets are doing, because it will almost always look the exact mirror image of, or inverse image of the DXY. And it's, again, it looks exactly the same. They're both rejecting from the third level of our weekly system, which is what we expect. So that should be more bearish momentum for markets. We'll see if we get it. Right now, they're both back testing the day system at the same time. There is no, and then oil, so not oil, gold is invalidated now about any type of short. It would still be bearish. It's just not a short. It would have to be silver that you would have to take, or just not take anything because you have hit the next box already. So don't break your rules. Just wait. It's okay to be patient. This is, see, True Algo members, what I was talking about with that NQ, about expecting that big pullback. Yeah, there you go. Trying to see how far. Yeah. 256 on average. This is, again, talking about a numbers game. We'll see where it closes in 13 minutes. Are bullish or bearish right now? The indexes right now are confirmed bearish. You're seeing a rundown against it currently. Microsoft holding the day system. Nvidia holding the day system. Apple's still trending bullish, so it's not really helping. And then Tesla is also holding the day system too. So 3 out of 4 are bullish, but Apple is also confirmed bullish. Again, it's going to make it hard for any type of bearish momentum to play out. Crypto's still going the way as it's planned. Oil pushing down harder now. That day system right there, man, right there. That stacked box on both DXY and the euro, helping provide this bounce right now on indexes. You guys see that big wick form? Again, this is why time matter. It sucks. I'll never tell you that these wicks are easy to handle. Like I will never do that to you. But look, you see that push up against, and now this is why time matters. Extracts back down. We teach you to use bigger time frames, but there are many of you that will be able to use finally your smaller time frames to cause an entrance on a 5-minute or 3-minute or 1-minute there for shorts. Again, that's how you have to decide to use the system. We'll still teach you how the way we use it. Naheem, for gold, nothing's changed on gold or silver. The close is in 12 minutes, but there won't be a new position on gold currently because from hitting both boxes. Silver might provide a bearish confirmation here if it closes below the box, but you're not going to get it on gold. You can still support the idea, but I wouldn't use a stop this high. I would use a much smaller stop if you were to do that to then push down through and to get to the next box. I do want gold and silver to clear this fair value gap as well. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize to see, but you just need it. The wicks are not the story. The candle body is the story. So wherever the candle body closes. Yeah, Bitcoin's right here. Bitcoin's in the middle of your screen. Ethereum is right here. So ETH, Bitcoin, bullish confirmations. Tether, a bearish confirmation. We cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether every single day for members. But you're seeing Bitcoin. And there's no reason to be bearish on crypto right now until you, again, like what you just asked, you have to have a bearish candle close where I'm putting these circles. And unless you get a bearish candle below these boxes, we're just going to continue to look for higher and higher prices. Index is back again, consolidating within the box currently. Next close is in 10.5 minutes. DXY still holding, man. Trying to flip these markets bearish. True Algo members, we should have, and you guys can like sort of write this down. Those of you guys that are not members, there's a high probability for the next day and a half that DXY is bottoming right now and really could start a bullish trend, which should be a bearish trend macro overall for the rest of markets. And True Algo members, this is what we talked about on Sunday. We just, instead of getting it before FOMC, it happened as FOMC printed that we got to our weekly system to reverse bullish on DXY and simultaneously on the euro to flip bearish. So that next close and those closes tomorrow, man, this could, and you guys, you'll see us next week too. Like this could be the catch where this is the low now and we just continue to push up. It's not going to just go parabolic. It's going to have ups and downs, but looking for this to be the actual low to hold now. Massive bearish move on gold. And again, if DXY is going up right now, guys, you will see gold and silver go down, as well as copper, as well as any type of commodity that's not oil. Oil is the only one that can sort of hold its own against it. And we're continuing to get that wick formed. It keeps going up, keeps going down. It's just collecting people inside of our box right now. Sorry, I'm clicking around so much. I'm just trying to follow the 5 different asset markets right now for people. Yeah, I'm trying to put the next. This happens on Microsoft, man, and it's just going to be, we will be bottoming wherever the current candle is, and we will be looking to push up quite strong if Microsoft can get it. Microsoft's over here. Russell finding support at the day system and the weekly system. The Nikkei is back to resistance, so nothing new on the Nikkei for an idea perspective. Right now, DXY and Euro simultaneously are tapping into the day system. They've already tapped the weekly system and said, yes, I do agree. This is where we should start to reverse. But it was supposed to reverse at the day system. It couldn't handle it. So now it's back testing this, where from a day perspective, we should have reversed. And now it's instead pushing us down. We have to close above it, and then we could see quite the move, potentially bullish for DXY, bearish for everything else. So yeah. Cool. All right, folks, I'm going to head off now. It's been a little bit over an hour and 10 minutes. I hope that I was helpful to help people not to get trapped at that very high on FOMC print. I appreciate you guys. If you ever need anything, just head over to our Discord and feel free to ask questions. True Algo members, I'll catch you tomorrow. We have 2 live streams scheduled tomorrow, and then Friday we'll be live streaming the New York Open, and I look forward to be on there with you guys. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day.